Have you ever helped everyone around you, but secretly wished someone would do the same for you? You listen to people. You check up on them. You support them when they're struggling. You remember small details about their lives. You stay loyal even when they change. You give your time, your energy, your care, without expecting much in return. But sometimes, late at night, a thought quietly hits you. I wish I had a friend like me. And honestly, that feeling hurts more than people realize. Because the saddest thing isn't being alone. It's being surrounded by people who only come to you when they need something, while nobody notices when you're the one falling apart. Some people are naturally givers. They make others feel safe. They make conversations less awkward. They make people feel understood. But the problem is, people get used to receiving that energy without ever thinking about giving it back. Slowly, the kindest people become the loneliest ones. You start wondering why nobody checks on you first, why you're always the one sending the message, why your absence is never noticed the way theirs is. And after a while, you stop asking for support because deep down, you already know the answer. So instead, you say, I'm fine, even when you're exhausted, even when your mind is loud, even when you desperately wish someone would sit beside you and say, you don't have to handle everything alone. The truth is, people who give the most love often receive the least. Not because they deserve less, but because they've trained themselves to survive without asking for anything. They become the strong friend, the mature one, the good listener, the always available person. And everyone assumes strong people don't need support. But they do. Strong people break too. They just break silently. You know what's strange? The same person who comforts everyone else often has nobody to call when they're struggling. They become so busy being there for others that nobody realizes they need someone too. Over time, this changes you. You stop expecting people to care the same way you do. You stop opening up. You stop believing deep connections are real. Eventually, you become emotionally independent, not because you wanted to, but because life forced you to. That's why some of the nicest people suddenly become distant. Not rude, not cold, just tired. Tired of giving effort that's never returned. Tired of feeling emotionally invisible. Tired of being everyone's safe place while having nowhere safe to go themselves. Maybe that's where you are right now. Maybe you're watching this because you're emotionally drained from always being the good person. Maybe you're tired of one-sided friendships. Maybe you're tired of being remembered only when someone is bored, lonely, or needs help. And maybe for the first time in your life, you're starting to ask yourself, what about me? But here's something important you need to understand. Just because people failed to appreciate your kindness doesn't mean your kindness is weak. The world will always take advantage of people who don't set boundaries. Sometimes, being too available teaches others that your time and energy have no value. That's why emotionally intelligent people eventually learn a painful lesson. You can be a good person without sacrificing yourself. You can care about others without abandoning yourself. Real friendship isn't one person constantly giving while the other constantly takes. Real friendship feels balanced. It feels peaceful. It feels safe. It's the kind of connection where you don't always have to explain your pain because the other person notices it before you speak. And if you've never experienced that before, I want you to know something. There is nothing wrong with you. You simply gave your energy to people who only knew how to receive. One day, you'll meet people who love the same way you do. People who check on you without a reason. People who stay when life becomes inconvenient. People who notice when your smile looks forced. People who make you feel emotionally chosen, not emotionally used. But before that happens, you need to stop pouring into people who leave you empty. Because constantly giving to the wrong people will make you believe nobody cares, when in reality, you've just been surrounded by emotionally unavailable people. Sometimes the biggest act of self-respect is walking away quietly. Not to punish anyone, not to prove a point, but to protect your peace. You don't need to beg for effort. You don't need to chase basic respect. And you definitely don't need to shrink your feelings just to make others comfortable. The right people will never make you feel guilty for needing love too. Maybe this video isn't just about friendship. Maybe it's about the silent sadness of always being emotionally strong. Because some people learn very early in life that their feelings didn't matter as much as everyone else's. So they became caretakers, helpers, fixers. They became the person everyone depends on. But deep inside, they still carry the same hidden wish. I wish someone cared about me the way I care about others. If that's you, I hope you stop settling for half-hearted connections. I hope you stop over-explaining your worth to people who only value you when you're useful. I hope you realize that your kindness is rare, and rare things should never beg to be appreciated. The truth is, being a good-hearted person in this world can feel painful sometimes. People will admire your loyalty while giving you inconsistency. They'll love your attention while ignoring your loneliness. They'll call you important, but disappear when you need them most. Eventually, you'll understand something powerful. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Protecting your peace is not selfish. Choosing yourself is not selfish. Wanting the same love you give is not selfish. It's human. So if you ever feel alone because nobody seems to care the way you do, remember this. The problem is not that you love too much. The problem is that you keep giving your love to people who don't know how to value it. One day, you'll stop chasing people who make you question your worth. You'll find friendships that feel natural, conversations that feel genuine, and connections that don't drain your soul. And when that day comes, you'll finally realize why all the wrong people never stayed. Because they were making space for the right ones. If this video spoke to you, then maybe there are more people out there feeling the exact same way right now. So send this video to someone who always gives love but rarely receives it back. And remember, being kind in a cold world is not weakness. It's strength. Subscribe to Sticky Lesson for more videos about psychology, mindset, human behavior, and the thoughts people are afraid to say out loud. Because sometimes, the videos that hurt the most are the ones we relate to the deepest.